All right, coach, let's talk. Every single one of us knows that feeling, right? You see all this raw potential in your guys during the offseason, but then, come fall, something's just missing. Well, we're about to break down a blueprint that's designed to bridge that exact gap and turn all that off-season work into a legitimate championship-winning system.
You know, this quote from the book's foreword just hits it perfectly. It says it all. The real dynasty-building work happens right now, in these quiet months. It's all about forging champions, not just in the weight room, but in their heads and in their hearts.
And that brings up the big question for every single one of us. You've got the time, you've got the players, but do you have a real system? Are you building for success on purpose, or are you kind of just hoping it all comes together? This gets us right to the core problem every program deals with.
And here it is, the potential problem. It's that incredibly frustrating gap between the raw talent you know you have and the actual performance you get out on the field on Friday nights. If you're a coach, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Think about it like this. On one side, you've got all the signs of potential. You see the raw talent. The weight room numbers are looking great. There's all this promise over the summer. But then on the other side, you've got what really matters. Consistent execution, winning under pressure, and just plain old dominance in the fall. The book's preface just nails this dilemma perfectly. How do you get from one side to the other?
Well, the answer usually lies in how we're actually setting up our offseason. And here's the common mistake, thinking that just getting bigger, faster, and stronger is enough. Look, strength is the absolute foundation, we all know that. But an unbalanced program is exactly why that summer promise fizzles out and doesn't turn into fall performance. For a lot of programs, the offseason looks pretty much exactly like this. A huge 75% focus on physical training. And look what gets squeezed out because of it. Skill work, team systems, and this tiny 5% sliver for leadership and culture. This imbalance right here, this is where potential goes to die. It's why teams that look like world beaters in July can completely fall apart in October.
So the big question is, how do we fix it? The solution is to make a shift, to go from that imbalanced approach to a totally holistic one. This book, Mastering Off-Season Football, lays out what it calls the Total Program Blueprint. It's a framework designed to build every part of your program, not just the physical side.
So let's break this blueprint down. It stands on 4 really powerful pillars. Pillar 1, the physical. Yeah, the strength, speed, and conditioning we all know is vital. Pillar 2, the technical, honing those football-specific skills and techniques. Pillar 3, the mental, building real football IQ. And finally, Pillar 4, the cultural. And this is a big one. Intentionally creating leadership and accountability. When all 4 of these pillars are strong, your program becomes pretty much unshakable.
Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like when you put it into practice? Let's dive into 2 real-world, tangible examples straight from the book that you could literally start using right now to unlock your own program's potential.
Okay, key number 1, the physical pillar. We're not talking about just random lifting here. The book gives you a complete periodized plan. This structure, which is from Appendix C, moves your team through 4 very distinct phases, from building that initial foundation all the way up to a preseason peak. This is strategic, it's scientific, and it's designed for one thing: results on Friday nights.
And key number 2, that critical cultural pillar. See, the book doesn't just talk about leadership as some vague idea, it gives you the actual tools to build it. This is just a little piece of the player-led accountability worksheet from Appendix E. A simple system like this starts to shift the entire program from being coach-led to being player-led, and that right there builds a true culture of ownership.
And when you start to combine these pieces, a really structured physical plan with an intentional system for building your culture, you get something so much more powerful than just a binder full of drills. You get a fully integrated system that is designed for sustained excellence, year after year. And honestly, this book is a complete, ready-to-use toolkit. The appendices alone are worth it. They are packed with value. You get a sample 4-day strength program, that full periodized plan we just saw, drill checklists for every single position on the field, the entire leadership packet, and actionable checklists for every chapter. It basically takes all the guesswork out of it for you.
So, what's the bottom line here? You're not just getting a guide for one off-season. You're getting a blueprint for building a legacy. A system that creates continuous improvement and turns your program into one of those perennial powerhouses. It is, no joke, a roadmap to building a dynasty.
And that brings us all the way back to the fundamental question. After seeing the problem, the imbalanced approach, and this comprehensive four-pillar solution, the only thing left to ask is, are you ready to finally close that gap? Are you ready to turn all that off-season potential into dominant on-field performance? The blueprint is right here. Now it's time to build.